know where I'd rather be tonight, right? And I imagine some of you share the same feeling. I'd rather be a locally regulated and sanctioned cat show. Fucking love cat show. And I know you feel the same way, right? And everywhere we go, we share this connection. No? So wait a minute, so you're laughing, I don't understand, I'm trying to laugh. Like, are you saying that you don't spend most of your weekday time at oh, you do, okay. Because I'm getting the vibe that some of you don't. And I'm gonna take it as a teachable moment. I'm gonna take a couple minutes to explain why you should make an effort to attend your locally regulated and sanctioned cat show, and what you're gonna see when you get there. You're going to walk into a decrepit ballroom in a rundown hotel on the outskirts of town. You're going to look to your left. There's going to be 5 or 6 gay men. Don't gaggle. Don't worry about it. You're going to look to your right. There's going to be 300, possibly 400 post-menopausal white women in applique sweatshirts. So for most of you, not chapel, it's going to be like looking at your mother through a kaleidoscope. But this is where it gets good, so I want you to pay attention. They are going to hand you a slip of paper as you walk in that explains what you must do when, not if, a cat escapes. When a cat escapes, everyone raises their arm in unison and shouts, "Cat out!" Then you drop to your knees and look for, but do not approach or attempt to apprehend the wayward kitty because we'll leave that to the professionals. Once more ensconced in its iron cage, and yet the cry goes up, "Cat caught!" I said, that sounds good. But how likely is it to actually take place? The last time I was there, 4 times in a half hour. It was one of the greatest nights of my life, and I've seen Johnny Cash live. In summary, if you are looking for a family-friendly activity that combines fervent militarism with a strong scent of urine, check out your local cat show. You'll be glad you did. So I travel a lot. Travel probably every other week. And no matter how smooth my flight has been, no matter how great the work week has been, when I get off that flight, I'm pissed off. I'm sweaty and I'm pissed. When you think about it, I haven't had to do anything. I've essentially been drinking gin for 5 hours. And I'm still angry. And then I look at these women and men who are keeping things in order and working the whole time, and they keep it so pristine and so smooth, and these flight attendants never flinch. And at first I used to think that they turned it off and turned it on. And then I realized, no, they're essentially silence. This is how they are all the time. And so I started to imagine what it would be like to see a flight attendant at home. And this is what I imagined. "Hi, honey, come in. Take a seat anywhere. Sit anywhere you like. Any seat is fine. Please do take a seat. Sit anywhere. Any seat is fine. Please do take a seat. We're behind schedule. I'd like to ask you to take off your shoes and put them under the couch. Shoes go under the couch, and I'll give you a little tip. They fit better if you put them in. Toes first. I'd like to ask you to put aside your iPad and newspaper as I give you a little bit of information about this home. This house is a 1990 model, approximately 1,600 square feet, and featuring a screen door that still slams after 4 years of me asking you to fix it. Yeah. This house also includes 3 children who can be found upstairs and in the backyard. If at any point you find you are unable or unwilling to perform your parental duties, I'll be happy to reseat you at your mother's house. We'll be serving beer and wine this evening. If you find yourself in a full upright and locked position with some heavy personal baggage, I will be happy to help you slip it into my tricky lower compartment. Good night now. Love you. Just what I imagine. So I just got back from my high school reunion. It was actually cool. It was fun. But you know, to remember what song was playing. Have none of you had sex yet? Well, look, you're embarrassed. It was Lionel Richie, it was Bryan Adams. It doesn't matter, because you know what? It wasn't the worst song possible. And the reason I know that is that I have already done the hard work for you. And I have figured out the 3 worst songs to lose your virginity to. They are: We Built This City, Cats in the Cradle, and any song where the chorus is sung by a children's choir. So no matter what, you're doing okay, and I hope your moment was magic. All right, so Chapel Hill's got a pretty good music scene. This is my understanding as a Cary resident. My main observation is that there's a lot of amateur DJs around, like trying to spin, who may not necessarily know what they're doing. It's like, this shit is not easy. They need to respect that. It's not like you can get a tattoo and put on a newsboy cap and become DJ Lazy. But what might happen, if you want to establish credibility in the DJ game, is to get yourself a real DJ name. Get yourself a DJ moniker. And once again, Gretchen's here to help. I've done the hard work for you. So let's walk through it. If you want to get a DJ name, the first word is going to be DJ. With me? The second word is going to be the word you missed in the spelling bee. Take a minute. Someone's going to call out something. Are you guys from Johnston County? Do you know what spelling bees are? You know what? It's 100% foolproof. I'll tell you what. I was at Neptune's the other day performing. I got to meet DJ Ravioli. I met DJ Accommodate. I didn't know this guy existed. I got to know DJ Neighborhood. So even as you're sitting there and thinking about your own embarrassing DJ name, just know that the worst of them are contained in my own family. My 68-year-old mother, DJ Biscuit. My husband, who did go to school in South Carolina, DJ Bench. Probably doing okay. It's about time for me to leave, but I want to leave with you one thing. I am looking for a new job because my current job is extremely stressful. So I've been interviewing. And interviewing is very, very different from how it used to be. And they like you to think on your feet a lot. This confuses me. I always makes me nervous. It's so tall. And the guy asked me the other day, he said, I want you to give me the first answer that comes to mind. If your body were a Prius,